Joining me now is Mike Davis, president of the Article 3 Project and former clerk to Supreme Court Justice Neil Gorsuch. Mike, does this mean the request for a special master doesn't really matter anymore?
Not at all. So the Biden Justice Department and the FBI has a pretty bad track record as it relates to President Trump. We've seen that they have weaponized, they have politicized law enforcement repeatedly to get Trump. This was an unprecedented, unnecessary, unlawful home raid on a former president. The whole legal basis for the raid has been blown apart. They went after Trump. They said he may have violated the Espionage Act. That's not even possible. As the commander-in-chief, he can declassify anything he wants. They say he may have stole or misused government property under the Presidential Records Act and other statutes. That's just not possible. There's a 2012 a decision by an Obama judge that former presidents can take personal records with them when they leave office. So there goes the obstruction allegations. It's legally impossible to obstruct non-crimes like they're trying to investigate here. There's a track record of lying in this case. They leaked out that Attorney General Merrick Garland did not personally approve this raid. That's a lie. They leaked out that Trump had nuclear documents at Mar-a-Lago. That's a lie. They leaked out that President Biden and the Biden White House did not have a heads up about this raid. That's a lie. President Biden had to waive President Trump's executive privilege in order to pave the way for this raid. I think Judge Cannon understands that yet Attorney General Merrick Garland said he deliberated for weeks to make this decision. Well, okay, so Trump had these documents for 18 months. The Attorney General had to deliberate for weeks, and they waited 3 days after they got a warrant from this biased magistrate judge, Bruce Reinhart, who just recused in Trump's civil lawsuit 8 weeks ago. Somehow his bias went away. If Trump had such damning records down there, why did they wait so long? Why did they wait to go get these documents?
It's a really good point. But, Mike, here's what a CNN counterterrorism analyst said about the DNI leading a damage assessment on the Trump documents. Watch.
This is a curious one because typically if you're going to do a damage assessment, you know that something bad has already happened. And I don't mean somebody storing documents improperly. I mean, for example, a spy giving away documents to the Russians.
Mike, what do you think about the phrase damage assessment being used here?
They are covering their tracks here because they know that President Trump declassified and took his personal copy of the Crossfire hurricane records, Russian collusion records, and those are damning for the Biden, Obama, Hillary, Clapper, Susan Rice, the FBI, the intel community, and that's what has terrified them, and that's what has precipitated this home raid. And it's unprecedented, it was unnecessary and unlawful, and that's why they did this, and this is a cleanup job.
So, Mike, what are the next steps now for Team Trump? Where do they go from here?
So they've won this preliminary motion, or it looks like that Judge Cannon's going to rule in their favor. I think Trump needs to file an amended Rule 41G motion under the federal rules of criminal procedure to get back all of this property, all these records that was seized by the Biden Justice Department, and he can tee up these legal issues right now with Judge Cannon in the Southern District of Florida. Get this resolved by Judge Cannon and the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals instead of, some Trump-deranged Democrat judge in the D.C. District Court and the D.C. Court of Appeals. I think that President Trump and his legal team need to go on offense.
Mike, well said. Thanks for joining me tonight.
Thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.